that return blood back to the heart are the veins, right? Are the veins. So you expect that the lymphatic vessels connect to the veins, particularly to the superior vena cava here. So all of the tissue fluids that are sucked in by the lymphatic vessels would go all the way up here down to the superior vena cava, and thus it joins the systemic circulation through the right atrium. Okay? So all of this, these ones are all collecting vessels. All of this. So these collecting vessels have valves. These are mini valves that are always open so that the tissue fluids would easily get into. Now, in the circulatory system, if you remember, the arteries convey blood to the tissues, right? But the blood cells don't go into the tissues, basically. It's the blood plasma that has dissolved oxygen, dissolved gases, dissolved nutrients, hormones, and others. Okay, so they go there to the tissues. So the blood plasma becomes then the tissue fluids, and the nutrients, the gases would go to the cells through diffusion. Okay, through diffusion. And then some of these fluids, tissue fluids, would be sucked in by these collecting vessels. So they would go here, they pass through these lymph nodes. These are lymph nodes. You find lymph nodes all over the body, and they congregate at certain areas. Okay? Now, primarily, the lymph nodes are filters. They are filtering organs. So that they guarantee that before the lymph goes back to the heart, they should be clean. They should be sterile. All the fluids that get here should be sterile, and there are no impurities
After they've gone through the lymph nodes.
after they have gone through the lymph nodes.
I thought they got kicked out by the spleen or something.
Right. Yes. These are filtering points.
And then how do they get out of those filters, or they stay there all the?
They stay there for a time
all the
for filtration.
elements.
For filtration, you imagine if you have an ordinary filter, right? If it is a water filter, the water which stays there, there is a delayed time where it goes there and then it comes out also. Okay, after it has been cleansed. So it's a filtration
But
system.
so those nodes never get filled up, like a filter would.
There are macrophages there. You don't worry.
So
about
they eat the macrophages, take care of all the crap that's left in there.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right. So, for example, if there is any microorganism that enters here through a wound, okay, so the microorganisms are there, and that you have the immune system, right? The immune system basically resides here, especially in the lymph nodes. Okay, the white blood cells, the immune complexes, stay in the lymphatic system. They make residence.
So after it filters, it leaves the crap behind. The macrophages come and take care of it.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right. So they clean. They are the cleaners.
They're the cleaners of the filters.
They are cleaners in the filters.
Like a pool guy.
Yes. So they are not filled up. They are not filled up. They are just cleaned by the macrophages. Okay. Right. So, for example, here, coming from the right side, the lymph goes here, they are filtered, and then they would go here to the trunks. Okay? So here you have the right lumbar trunk. The right lumbar trunk. And then coming from here, it passes through here and it goes through the left lumbar trunk. From this part, from the abdominal cavity, it passes through the intestinal trunk. Okay, so there are the three trunks here, the left, the right lumbar, and then the intestinal trunk. Okay, and then it passes through this expanded portion, so you call this as the cisterna chyli. All right, and cisterna chyli is actually part of the thoracic duct. Thoracic duct.
To the bottom.
Okay, yes. It's part of it. It's just the expanded portion of the thoracic duct. And so the thoracic duct is a long duct that emanates from the cisterna chyli, and it goes up here, up to this point. It's just like a candy cane that it curves here, going to the left side. All right, so we call now this one the entrance of the left of the thoracic duct going to the left subclavian vein. Okay, and eventually from the left subclavian vein it goes here to the left. What is this one? Brachiocephalic vein, and then to the superior vena cava to the right atrium. Okay. Now, from the left side, okay, left arm, for example. All right. So the the lymph is collected through the lymphatic collecting vessels. It goes here. It passes through the lymph nodes. It passes through the axillary lymph nodes. Then it will go here to this trunk. What is this trunk? This is the left subclavian trunk, right? The left subclavian trunk, and it enters the same here to the entrance of the left subclavian vein. Okay, and it follows the same. What about the left side of the of the of the head? So the left side of the head would be conveyed. The tissue fluids would be conveyed here, going down here to the left jugular trunk. Okay, this one is the left jugular trunk. Of course, it passes through the lymph nodes here at the left side, the axillary, the cervical lymph nodes at the left side, and it goes down here to the left jugular trunk. And the same, it enters here to the thoracic duct. Okay, this is the distal part of the thoracic duct, and it joins here to the left subclavian vein, down here again, and to the right atrium. Okay. Now from here, from the right side, you have here this part, the right arm. The collecting vessels here will drain the tissue fluids. The lymph then, as it enters, will go here. It passes through the right axillary lymph nodes, right? And then it goes here to the right. What is this? The right subclavian trunk. All right. The right side also of the head, the lymph would be collected here. It passes through the right cervical lymph nodes, then it passes through here. This one is your right jugular trunk. And then they join together. This is now a duct. So this is the right lymphatic duct. Okay, let me remove this. The right lymphatic duct, this one. And then it enters into the right subclavian vein. Then it goes down here to the right brachiocephalic vein, to the to the superior vena cava, and to the right atrium. Okay. What about here from this part? You have trunks coming from here. What is shown here? Let me show this to you. This one is the right mediastinum. Bronchomediastinum, right. The right bronchomediastinum trunk. And then it joins here, it joins the thoracic duct as well. What about here? From the left side, you also have the left
Brachiocephalic vein?
no, bronchomediastinal. You have the left bronchomediastinal. Then it joins also the thoracic duct. So in summary, there are two major lymphatic ducts. What are these ones? What are the two lymphatic ducts? The first one is this one, right? The thoracic duct. And then the right lymphatic duct. These are ducts. So which means that in the lymphatic vessels, the ducts are the biggest, basically the biggest vessels, lymphatic vessels.
Is
So
there a left
this is
thoracic duct,
this
or
is
is
the
it
right.
always right?
This is I mean this is the thoracic duct which
Right.
goes to the left.
Okay, so there is a left thoracic duct.
There is no left thoracic
No,
duct.
it's only right.
We call it thoracic duct because there is no right.
Okay.
It's in the middle, right?
Okay, it's at the middle, but it goes to the left,
Okay.
to the left subclavian vein.
I got you.
All right, so we call it as thoracic duct. But there is right lymphatic duct. Okay. And then we have trunks. We have identified trunks here. Okay, the left lumbar, right lumbar, and the intestinal trunk, right? So there are three here. And then you have two from here, the right subclavian and the right jugular trunks. So how many now?
4.
No? Five. All right. And then you have two from here. You have the left subclavian trunk
Left jug.
and then the left jugular trunk. So you have two. 5 plus 2 is 7. And then you have here the right and the left bronchomediastinal trunks. So you have how many? 9. All right, there are 9 trunks. And then from the trunks you have this collecting vessels. Okay. Now may I ask, what lymph? Where do the lymph come from that goes to the thoracic duct? Or else, may I just restate my question? Where do the lymph come from?
From the spleen.
That enters into the thoracic duct.
Your extremities?
Okay, from the lower extremities, correct? From the abdominal region, and then from the left side of the arm, left arm, and the left side of the head. And the left, yes, the thoracic region as well, correct. So from here, basically all from here, and from the left side, they all enter the thoracic duct. Okay. The lymph that enters the right lymphatic duct comes from the right arm and the right side of the head. Okay. Now other lymphoid organs aside from the lymph nodes, you have, what did you identify? You have the spleen. Where's the spleen? Okay, the spleen is here, correct. What else? Where's the appendix?
On the bottom of the large intestine.
Okay, here. This one is the appendix. That's the appendix. Always remember that the appendix is at the right. Don't look for the appendix at the left side. All right? The right side. What else? There you have tonsils also here, but the model doesn't show the tonsils here. There are different tonsils, so I would like you to identify the tonsils. For the Peyer's patches, you find them inside the intestines. You cannot find them here. Okay.
And the thymus?
The thymus, yes, part of the lymphatic system is the thymus as well as part of the endocrine system. You find it here, but it's not shown in the model. All right. Always remember that the thymus is found at the posterior side of the sternum, at the middle, mid-posterior portion of the sternum. Okay, you have questions? No questions?
Too many.
You're ready for a quiz?
No,
Okay, you review. I'll give you time to review what I demonstrated to you. You did well in this, and please master this one, because after this you will do another